So if you guys would have asked me a couple days ago, hey, what's the next game you're going to review? I probably would have said Persona 4 Golden or maybe another sale game or something like that. The one game that I would not have brought up was a game that I am going to now review. It's a game called Demolish and Build Company. Now, for those of you who don't know, on PC, there was a game called Demolition, and this game has been incredibly popular. People like my son have been really excited for this game to come to more platforms and to become more available. But it hasn't. So when I saw the screenshots on the eShop for this game, Demolish and Build Company, I thought, well, this game will be perfect. It'll be one that my son's really going to enjoy, and I'm glad it's on the Switch. And you know what? It looks pretty fun. The idea of taking a giant crane and just smashing a building, yeah, I'm alright with that. But before we get into my thoughts on this game, I'm worried about you guys. I don't feel like you're getting enough of your nutrients, of your vitamins every day. So I've left a couple down there for you. All you gotta do is click on them, and you will be able to absorb them. They are a subscribe and like. So, make sure you get those in today. Anyway, Demolish and Build is a very interesting game, and it starts off with an actual story, which a lot of these simulator games don't typically have. Now, the story itself is kind of loose, and it is essentially just a guide. It does a decent job of explaining what to do and how to navigate this world. So it starts off where you own this company, but the problem is the company is in massive debt. So you need to go out there and just get whatever jobs you can. And most of them are really basic demolition jobs that pretty much can be done with just simple tools, but they do work themselves up to where you get to use some of the bigger machinery and you get to have some more fun with like cranes and bulldozers and things of that nature. So if you're thinking to yourself right now, well, this sounds cool, I might need to check this out, I warn you, you need to listen to the rest of this review because we're pretty much done with all the good stuff in this game. The controls are awful. The button configuration alone is very weird and foreign to me. Like, for instance, to accelerate your vehicle, you push up on the left analog stick. Now, in what game do you ever do that? It's always like right trigger, right? I mean, things like that are such a problem in this game where just the button configuration itself is off. And even if it wasn't, it doesn't feel good. Like, when you hit stuff, you're not even sure if you actually make contact, which is a huge problem in a game where basically you're just trying to hit stuff. Not to mention the driving. You can just like spin out going like 10 miles an hour. It's ridiculous how bad the driving is. Now the bigger vehicles in this game don't have that problem, but what they do have a problem with is actually getting going. I swear to God, I'm about to snap off my analog stick trying to get this big piece of junk to move. It's so infuriating how slow this game moves at sometimes, and then at other times it's really fast and disoriented. Because, of course, like with any good, almost shovelware type game, it has the worst frame rates ever. Like, literally, the type that'll make you ill. It's just god-awful as far as performance. And have I had crashes? Soft locks? You bet I have. Screen delays? Oh yeah, tons of those. More screen delays, skipping, lagging, more of those than I have actually destroyed buildings. It is so bad. But here's the thing. Let's just say we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, it's doing a lot. And it kind of is. Like, everything's somewhat interactive, somewhat, not really, just in these certain spaces it's interactive. But go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt and say, well, you're using a lot of power. Well, okay, maybe. Then you look at the graphics. And the graphics look, I swear to God, probably PS1, maybe worse. I mean, honestly, I'm fairly certain that some of the N64 games that have come to the Switch Online look better than this game. And I mean, I'm confident that they do. And when you add that into the presentation, it just kind of sucks because you want it to look somewhat lifelike, right? Like, I understand it's not going to be PS3 graphics or whatever, but my God, I can't believe I'm making that kind of concession. Like, come on. It's so bad. It looks so horrible that, like, I can't even really tell, like, what I'm actually destroying. Okay, maybe I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but it still looks horrible, especially for the performance of it. If it wasn't for one of those two things, I wouldn't have as much problem with the other. And onto the other thing, it doesn't tell you jack. It tells you where to go, and I do like the fact that there is a waypoint in this game, because some games can't get that right. Now, this game does, but outside of that, you don't know how to just get gas in your vehicle, to switch vehicles, to interact with stuff. You'll see like there is a parking sign. Okay, I'm supposed to park here. Then what? It doesn't tell you if you interact with it, which by the way, the interact button is X, which is a really weird button for me to interact with junk. But anyway, you interact with it and then you're able to like change vehicles, put gas in your car, do stuff like that. And all of the game is sort of like that. Like you have to interact with weird little signs and then that will give you a menu to allow you to do something more. So why did I play so much of this game that I am able to give you a good idea of what this game has to offer? Let me tell you why. Because somehow in all of this crappiness, it's actually kind of fun. And I know, I'm just completely going against everything I've just been saying. And no, I would not advise you to buy this game, even on the sale price that it's on right now. But if this game does drop down into, I don't know, a couple bucks, then yeah, I'd probably pick it up. There is some worth here. It's very, very shallow, but there is some. And I do have to say, when you kind of get used to just how bad it performs and even how bad it looks, and you get in that mindset of like, okay, I'm in this road, in for a penny, in for a pound, you can kind of enjoy it. You can kind of enjoy breaking stuff. And that's all I'm saying. It is only cool because you get to break stuff, and that aspect is kind of fun. Now, it let me down in many other ways. For instance, like, it'd been cool to have a more lifelike experience with even just the equipment, being able to drive the crane in a more lifelike manner or something like that. But sure. But at the end of the day, did I have fun playing it? And the answer is sort of. Like, very, very, very sort of. Again, if this is something like some genre that you're interested in checking out, I'd put it on a wish list and never pay more than like $2, maybe $3 on it. Because, yeah, like I said, there's a little bit there, but there's a lot of not there. And right now, the game is retailing for like $14.99. Way, way too expensive for what it is. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on Demolish and Build Company. Didn't think I'd be talking about this game. Didn't think I'd be doing a review today, but here we are. That's how life is, right? Anyway, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this game or games like that. If you enjoy like the construction style games, let me know. But like always, I'm wishing you guys health, wealth, and above all, I hope you're truly happy because you make me happy. Take care, everyone.